Good day, everyone. Now we are going to talk about Republic Act 7877. It is an act declaring sexual harassment unlawful in the employment, education, or training environment and for other purposes. The sexual harassment. When does professional become personal? When does familiar become invasive? And when does close become too close? What are those questions that might be related to sexual harassment? Here is an example of a sexual harassment case between Dioscoro F. Baksin versus Eduardo O. Wahiman. The victim was asked by Dioscoro to be at his office to do an errand. Once inside, she saw him get a folder from one of the cartoons on the floor near his table and place it on his table. He then asked her to come closer, and when she did, hold her hand, then touch and landed her breast 5 times, and that she felt afraid. In the defense, Giuscoro claimed that the touching incident happened by accident, just as he was handling the victim a lesson book. He further stated that the incident in about 2 or 3 seconds and that the girl left the office without any complaint. Court declaration from the Civil Service Commission. Dioscoro is guilty of grave misconduct, which is an act of sexual harassment, punishable by dismissal from the service. Here is another case on sexual harassment. Dr. Rico S. Hakutin versus People of the Philippines. Dr. Rico, a public officer, being then the city health officer of Cagayan de Oro City, taking advantage of his position, demand, solicit, request sexual favors from Miss Juliet Q. Yi, a young 22-year-old woman, single and fresh graduate in Bachelor of Science in Nursing, who was seeking employment in the office of Dr. Rico. By demanding from Miss Yi that she should expose her body and allow her private parts to be mashed and stimulated by the accused, which sexual favor was made as a condition for the employment of Miss Yi in the family program of the office of the Dr. Rico, thus constituting sexual harassment. Another case is the Carlos C. Libres versus NLRC. Touching a female subordinate's hand and shoulder, caressing her nape, and telling other people that she was the one who hugged and kissed, or that she responded to the sexual advances, are an authorized act that damage her honor. This is also an act of sexual harassment. Now let's learn the deeper meaning of what is sexual harassment. It is an act or a series of acts involving any unwelcome sexual advance, request, or demand for a sexual favor, or other verbal or physical behavior of a sexual nature, committed by a government employee or official in a work-related training or education-related environment. The victim, as well as the harasser, may be a woman or a man. The harasser can be the victim's supervisor, an agent of the employer, a supervisor in another area, a co-worker, or an instructor. The victim does not have to be the person harassed, but could be anyone affected by the offensive conduct. What is the policy of the state on sexual harassment? Sexual harassment, which has been declared unlawful in the workplace, training, and education environments, will not be tolerated as it violates the dignity and human rights of a person. What is Civil Service Commission Resolution Number 010940? It is known as the Administrative Disciplinary Rules on Sexual Harassment Cases. Where can sexual harassment be committed under the provisions of CSC Resolution Number 010940? Sexual harassment may take place: 1. In the premises of the workplace or office, or of the school or training institution. Number 2. In any place where the parties were found as a result of work or education or training responsibilities or relations. Number 3. At work or education or training related social functions. Number 4. While on official business outside the office or school or training institution, or during work or school or training related travel. Number 5. At official conferences, forum, symposia, or training sessions. And number 6. By telephone, cellular phone, fax machine, or electronic mail. When is sexual harassment committed in the employment or work-related environment? In work-related, sexual harassment is committed when: Number 1. The submission to or rejection of the act or series of acts is used as basis for any employment decision, including but not limited to matters related to hiring, promotion, raises in salary, job security, benefits, and other personnel action affecting the applicant or employee. Number 2. The act or series of acts have the purpose or effect of interfering with the complainant's work or creating an intimidating, hostile, or offensive work environment. Or number 3, the act or series of acts might reasonably be expected to cause discrimination, insecurity, discomfort, offense, or humiliation to a complainant, who may be a co-employee, applicant, customer, or ward of the person complained of. The next video would be the part 2 of RA 7877. Don't forget to subscribe.